out of the huts of history's shame, up from a past that's rooted in pain, leaving behind nights of terror and fear into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. This is an excerpt from Maya Angelou's poem, Still I Rise, published in her 1978 anthology by the same name. In these lines, Maya is literally writing herself into African American history, proclaiming to the world that she is walking out of her history's dark age of slavery into a dawn of the possibility of uninhibited life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Ensign Albert, invited here today to speak on the occasion of the African American Heritage Celebration. The preamble of the Constitution mentions that a responsibility of American citizenship is provision for common defense or military. Today, Congress mandates that the Military Service Corps be reflective of the ethnic and racial makeup of the general U.S. population of whom it protects. African Americans, though, have always participated in every conflict in North America since their arrival in 1526. Let us elaborate on the narrative of one slave in particular, Robert Smalls. On May 13, 1862, during the Civil War, Robert Smalls commandeered the CSS Planter, a Confederate transport ship, and sailed it north past multiple Confederate checkpoints undetected. As a teenager, Smalls covertly earned money to hire tutors to teach him to read and write. Thus, at the helm of the Planter, Smalls was able to read both the secret code of Confederate signals and execute them, and a map of the Charleston Harbor mines and torpedoes, mitigating all casualty. When he arrived at Fort Sumter a few hours later, he properly surrendered to Union forces, assuring the freedom of his entire crew, his family, and the family of his friends. Smalls went on to serve in the United States Navy under Admiral Samuel DuPont, becoming the first black captain of a vessel in the service of the United States. His tale successfully convinced President Lincoln to integrate blacks into the ranks of all Union military forces. Smalls then went on to serve as a Major General in the United States Army, a United States House Representative, and a bicameral state official in the state of South Carolina until his death in 1915. This slave dreamed and hoped for literacy and freedom, and he achieved those goals, but he did not stop there. Major General Smalls hoped and dreamed to contribute to America, and did so as an honorable American military and political leader. Smalls' audacity to make authoritative decisions in tumultuous circumstances is something that I'm learning today as a U.S. naval officer. So here I stand, right? Just an ensign in the United States military in the 21st century. Nothing seems novel about my achievement, especially in the face of overwhelming American naval tradition, to which many blacks, whites, and all races have contributed before me. So how am I the dream and the hope of the slave, especially when former slaves like Major General Smalls did so much? What we as sailors now have, that Major General Smalls, Sojourner Truth, Carter G. Woodson, Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington, Martin King no longer have, is time. This is our time of service to the United States of America. We as Americans can recall our history of overcoming, to shed new light on overcoming the new global challenges of today. So yes, we are all the crystallization of the slave's hopes and dreams, because we are here now. I leave you with the wise words of the first African American woman to both become an admiral and command a U.S. Navy ship, the current Vice Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral Michelle J. Howard, United States Navy. She says, by taking the time to educate ourselves of our history, we can more fully appreciate the ideals set down by the founders. It's a reminder that our work is to sustain freedom and ensure the rights and liberty among all citizens.